Whoa, Eitsu. Hey, welcome back. Wait, is that your first sub? Oh my god, welcome to the Women Respecting Club. Wow, thanks. Thanks for the sub. I really appreciate it. And enjoy your Kiryu emote.
Whoa.
Hello. How goes it? How goes it?
It's good. Just a quiet day with the aminos.
Sorry, I had to turn you up. What?
Okay. Got everything. How are
That's
you?
right, this game is like super loud. Wait, one sec.
Wow.
Ah! I even turned it down a little already. Alright, okay, we'll leave it there. Alright, Renu, can you mic check me? Or yourself?
Well, I hear you. Okay, hang on. I gotta wait for an ad.
Okay. Of course,
Ooh.
it's the great weakness.
Commercialism.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
Resident
I'm-
Evil 4 on the Quest? That's cool. That's a cool ad.
Wow. God, wait, what?
I think I'm louder than you.
Yeah, that's very possible. Renu sounds good. Okay. I think I can turn myself a little bit up here. Hold on.
Yeah, I think just like a tiny bit.
Where's my game? Yeah, a little bit up there. I think that should be decent. I don't want to pump it too high because also like I'm trying to be. Hello, Sean. You are sitting right next to me. You know, you're like barely picking you're barely picking up if at all. So honestly, we're not doing too terribly here. Just don't yell.
But what if Sean has to emote, you know, out of surprise for the many things that happen in this game? Yes, exactly. Like a giant honk from that swan lady.
Honk! Oh my god.
That did freak me out. See?
Yeah, that was fucking wild. Yeah, Sean is still raiding.
Oh, you're raiding?
Playing
That's
World
nice.
of Warcraft.
Oh, the WoW. Yeah, WoW. If we wipe, it might pick up on stream.
Yeah. Well, so it goes.
Ah! Did the swan lady return?
Honk! Interesting. Oh, wind. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at the new Grand Blue Fantasy characters.
Oh.
Yeah, they release them every so often.
Mm-hmm.
That one was the thing, and the case was long. You cut up on the VODs. Oh my god, that case was so long, and it had no reason to be that long either. Like,
no, it didn't. They
there
drew
was-
out so much of it.
right, there were like some twists there where I was like, okay, all right, cool. Like I wasn't expecting that.
Mhm.
And like some twists and turns, but like, man, like they really just kind of ran you through the ringer right at the end there. I think probably just to make you hate Giselle Brett even more.
Sure.
Just like, suffer as I have suffered.
Like, you tried so hard to pin her, like, on the guilty verdict, and then... Yeah.
Nobody has any brain cells. It's just everything takes so long.
Oh god, everyone was so stupid. The coin stick was the thing. Oh my god, the freaking coin stick mechanic made me upset.
That was so difficult.
We had to do the examine button on a screen that didn't have the examine button labeled, or like...
Yeah,
like
right? That's just not good
part.
UI design, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, are you ready to play some Aces of Attorneys?
I want to be the ace.
You want to be the ace?
No, you're voicing him.
No, yeah, of course.
That means you have to be the ace.
The adventure of the unbreakable speckled band.
Oh, that's cute.
In a corner of that small, dark room,
We're there.
and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Have you ever read the Speckled Band?
I think I've read all of Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
I just don't
Well, I was
remember
gonna say, I
all
think
of
this
them.
is the first Sherlock Holmes story. And it may be the only one I've actually read. Oh god, they just skipped through the dialogue. No, come back. It's anime.
What?
Let us unravel this mystery.
Oh, why does he sound like that?
Discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor.
Why is it always the victim scrawling a
Signed with
message?
ink from this upset bottle.
Oh.
A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script.
Don't open.
And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Could you possibly think that you have a gun? Sir, is that a gun? Sir.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Bro, what is this mechanic? Wait, why do you look like that?
What do you think you're doing here?
Oh my.
Oh.
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be
His
necessary.
accent.
You see,
Here.
in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah, yes,
God.
the locked room. That mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you? And where have you come from?
My man!
Is that my man, Inspector Hosonaga?
Sherlock Holmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
This was a lot to take in.
We really came out swinging.
Why is that sailor a barbershop?
Oh, my head is throbbing.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Something's not right here.
Oh.
Oh, there's trouble in the air.
No!
Are we gonna get accused of murder again?
No!
This entire game is just a string of us getting accused of murder. Wait, I can't move. Ah!
No!
Ah, what the? Why am I in handcuffs?
No! Not again. I presume this is him.
I think this is the man's.
So you wake up now.
Oh,
never
Russian
mind. It's the
man.
Russian man. I don't know how to do
okay.
Russian.
We had to drag you out of the wardrobe.
Thank you.
I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then.
What?
Oh wait, I think it was supposed to be. You found me then, or something like that. Duh, we found you, and now you pay, criminal.
Maybe he was. Wait. Huh?
How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Sorry.
Did he sneak
No.
on?
Yeah, what the hell is going on here? Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that...
Oh!
Why did you do it? Why did you take his life?
Bro.
Well, here we go
Bro,
again.
we just got off. Miss Susato. Wait. What did you just say? Take his life? Ah, not again!
Ba-da-ba-da-da.
Where is he? Where's Kazuma?
Murdered.
Bro, he
Wait,
dead.
no way!
Ha! You pretend you do not know! You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What?
What?
Kazuma-sama. Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago.
Bro! All right, mentor mentor figures are not allowed to live.
No! I loved him! He was the protagonist!
Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from the inside.
His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead?
Yeah, his headband should have saved him.
He can't be. He's the main character.
He is the main character!
These handcuffs. Surely you don't think I
have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life?
Bro, we were about to tear up England together.
Yeah!
Answer me, please.
No. No! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble?
Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Oh my god. Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study?
I like
oh my
how-
god, he
I like
stuck
how-
his boyfriend on!
Literally, he's like, just hide in my suitcase.
Oh my god!
It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die. He literally in the suitcase!
Oh my god.
Yes, I still can't quite believe that.
really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk.
Oh my god.
You must be even less of a man than you look.
Oh my
There's
god.
a lot of lines here that...
Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body.
Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. Oh my gosh, I forgot. This was the time of long sea travel.
Long sea travel, yeah. This is legit.
But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. For 50 days with the boyf.
I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway.
They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure.
What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady?
From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean?
From your close friend. More to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away.
No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this.
I suppose so.
Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze.
Just get inside the closet. I look forward to when you come out. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it.
Stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper?
What?
Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside.
I don't know.
I can't believe it. These two knuckleheads.
Right? We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together.
Big sad.
We leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer.
Oh!
No, I'm not a murderer! Duh, you said before. You said you would admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, okay, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend? My boyfriend?
Oh!
No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know.
Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too.
Ugh, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer?
When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside.
What do you mean?
There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls.
What?
Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation?
This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly?
Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances?
Bro! Please,
She don't
Tsusato-san, you
like
have to
you.
tell me.
The cause of death is still undetermined.
They don't know how he died?
The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call.
So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then.
That's true, yes.
Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I mean, probably nobody knows. It was locked, my guy. I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma?
Presumably, that's something you know the answer to better than anyone.
Ooh, she hates you.
Damn. Please.
Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all.
Well, yes, I was, but...
You would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't.
Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder?
I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside, there was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor.
Bro.
Bro!
Did he know Russian?
How'd they get past him sword?
Right? He was a man of Japanese steel.
I could cut across the entire room.
And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow.
I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe.
This is all very hard for me to believe too, trust me.
Now that I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question.
Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Hi, Magpie Mirror Test.
Magupai!
Magpie.
Magupai, the protagonist, got killed.
He's dead!
I can't believe it. I'm so upset. He's the coolest. He's straight out of a Sherlock Holmes mystery.
Well, you're in for a treat.
You don't say!
You're in for a treat.
Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. Also, I titled the stream Study in Pink Hair, but I guess this one is about the speckled band, so shrug emoji.
That's alright. That's okay. It's a cute title.
Yeah. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time.
I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing?
No! That would have been impossible, obviously!
Yes, of course.
Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together.
He actually asked you? But why?
I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself.
I don't understand.
Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Timbo logic.
I can't believe he's dead. There's no way. Oh, I'm in denial.
It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial.
I thought they would give him at least another case before he fucking got offed.
No, he shouldn't have gotten offed ever.
I mean, no, obviously not. But he's far too capable.
Edgeworth.
Listen, he's far too capable and good to be alive. Yeah, they only gave Mia one case, and then they had to fill in all of her backstory in the third game.
Oh my god.
I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself.
Yeah, like literally look at him like power posing and also this mysterious wind from inside this locked sea cabin room. They didn't even give her a full case, really. I guess that's true. I mean, at least they gave her like the majority of Game 3 to be developed. Kazuma, we definitely probably only get the one.
God.
Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. I thought that was a joke. Like, Jesus Christ, really? Me, a lawyer?
You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that.
But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Yeah, okay, when do we get to channel Kazuma? Think, Ryunosuke, with your brain!
Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there?
Well, no, definitely not.
But on a personal level, here we go. If you were to become a lawyer, then...
Then what?
Nothing. Forget it.
Ah!
Huh?
Kazuma-sama is... He was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system.
Boy, I mean, even if you succeed in changing the Japanese legal system, it does not turn into anything particularly pretty from the look of the next couple of games.
Because he died!
You know what? You're right. Kazuma dying completely destroyed the legal system. It's like the butterfly effect.
It never got, revised in his vision.
Right, exactly.
Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you.
Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san? I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean.
If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association.
That's exactly right, yeah. Word perfect, in fact.
If you are not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?
Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. That's the most suspicious thing you could say. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I...
Fell asleep?
Well, yes.
So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything.
Really?
Is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it.
Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it.
I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this.
Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? It's the domino meme. Yeah, you're right. Kazuma gets on the wrong ship, leads to major falsifications of evidence. Why did this have to happen? I can't take this.
Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen.
I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. They're still using police tape.
Well, what do you propose to do then?
I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me.
Hiya!
Whoa, bro, we got judoed.
Oh!
What the?
That was a Susato takedown.
A Susato what? What martial art form is that? Wow, a whole year.
Gwen.
Welcome back to the Women Respecting Club. Thanks for being here for
Gwen
a whole
respects
year.
women.
Gwen respects women. I think you get I think you when I think it's I think you get the badge, right? I don't remember what
No.
intervals I have the badges set for. I set that up a long time ago. Alright, thanks.
I'm going to need you to prove it.
No, you get badges for being subscribed for like an amount of time, just like automatically.
What if you don't get badge because you get the founder's badge?
No,
Yeah.
I think you can choose which badge to display.
Oh, okay.
Why not all of them?
It's a good question. I don't remember how to do it. Sorry, prove it? Prove it?
Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence.
But how am I supposed to?
Yeah, how is he supposed to do that when you do the Susato takedown on him?
Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law.
Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. I mean, it's this, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right. Okay, R.
Yes!
Yes! Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors?
Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly.
I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Jesus, how is your back not
He's
just
oh
absolutely
my
fucked?
god, dude.
Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So, naturally, he did the same last night as well.
Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them.
But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own.
Yes, that's quite true.
In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. I like how we're just discussing all of this from the ground.
Upside down. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Thank you, Susata-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up?
The sound is getting weird.
Okay.
Hey. Thank you. Well, in the light of that evidence, keep you from investigating in here at least.
Thank you. So you finally believe me?
I'm sorry. No.
What?
I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What?
What does she think I am, a magician?
Yeah.
What if you have telekinesis?
Ooh, the music.
Jaunty.
For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here.
Do I want dumplings? I do want dumplings. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Can you bring them to me, please? And some rice. And some dippy sauce.
Ooh, dippy sauce.
I went to my parents' house today to like drop some stuff off and pick some stuff up. And my mom just handed me a bag with like a nice bottle of soy sauce in it.
Wow!
Tyler! Bring me my dumplings!
Oh my god. I'll do the same.
Alright, let's get to work, Susata-san. Do I want rice? Yes, please!
Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts.
Oh.
I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example.
Bro, she really thinks we can do magic.
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. There is so much stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
Kazuma, I swear to God. I will avenge your death. Ooh, converse.
Wow, look at this.
Oh, he's just vibing back
my
there.
man
I didn't
is
even
both
notice.
chilling. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination.
It looks as though the last entry is incomplete.
Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue.
Oh! That's out of the question.
What?
Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
But,
oh my god, girl.
But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Can she do magic? That stands to be seen.
We have not learned that yet.
She can certainly do martial arts. Alright, I won't read it.
Oh my god. Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? I guess not.
Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh, what's the matter, Susetha-san?
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly.
Ah, yes, that's not good.
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? I'm sure you're careful to look all around using BM, aren't you? Aren't you?
Yes, thanks for teaching me the keys.
Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin.
Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Good thing I know how to use B and M now.
It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh no, I suppose not. Although it might have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
Well, the trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So, yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. Game's being very strict and funny. Hi. And last night was no exception.
But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No, sadly not. I wanted to see inside the closet.
Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think.
You forgot it's Saturday. Hi, Mads.
My ads.
What do you mean, contraption?
I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain.
Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Tyler. Where's... Oh, you put the dippy sauce over top? Delightful.
Wow!
Wow, it's like a whole meal.
Wow! So nice!
Yes, make some for Sean.
Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants.
Really? That sounds almost magical.
Tyler says hi. Hi, Tyler! Thanks for the dumplings for Soupy.
Thanks. Shall we give it a little try?
Yes, in the interests of cultural research, obviously.
We just wanted to try ringing the bell.
I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm sure it's just that everyone's busy, that's all. Also, a murder happened in this room. Looping switches. That's the perfect activity to watch stream too.
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air to the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that?
I suppose. Maybe that's it. Or maybe a murderer crawled through there.
Whoa!
Boom, 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 boom.
Whoa, now.
The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea. Although he's fallen over as well.
Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked, and everything mown down at once.
I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think?
I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps... It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage.
Oh my god.
Girl, he was in the closet! We just established that!
Was it your Hulk rage, Naruhodo-san?
Was it your conjuring?
I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case? I wonder.
Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess.
Don't, no! No!
Ah, what about preserving the crime scene?
No! You are hindering our investigation.
That's a very large traveling case, isn't it?
Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me, and also my body.
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Ah, yes, I see it says, "This way up," in Japanese.
Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
No, it kind of sucks. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Wait, shit. Hello. Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I hope Kazuma did not know Russian at all.
That's what I'm wondering. Is like, did he know Russian?
Because that would just be the funniest, like, open and shut, like, case ever. Just like, bro, he's Japanese and no Russian!
Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
I bet he died instantly. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments. Was he? Why is it in Russian? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing.
Oh my god.
There's a reason you can't.
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san.
What? Then what language is it?
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
You know what? I guess to be fair, they wouldn't know what Russian looked like. What sort of looks like. So it's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean? I wonder. Bro, what?
Excuse me.
Brother,
Mush, mush.
what? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European.
Oh, how did he...
Oh, good. You've noticed the man too, have you? Okay. All right. Good. I thought it was a ghost. Jesus. I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall.
Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is?
That's a weirdo. That's who it is.
What do you mean? He does. Of course, he doesn't know.
Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell.
Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him.
Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited?
By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself.
Oh, please do.
Alright. Excuse me? Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly.
Yes, perhaps that would be for the best.
Oh, greetings! I hope I haven't kept you for long.
What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now?
Ah, I see. Fascinating.
Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me.
That's what he sees. Oh, yes. Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Oh dear. All right.
Nyak, 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 nyak. Very funny. Sorry? What?
And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament.
Oh. Well, that's true at least.
But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining.
Yeah, Herlock just has as many brain cells as the rest of us.
Fits right in.
Have you, perhaps, managed to deduce anything else?
But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example...
Off topic, but you got 420 points. Congratulations. It's an important first milestone.
You have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
God, you're right. He's still alive, so he must have no brain cell.
Cosmo took the one brain cell with him. And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. We hydrating.
Oh, we're hydrating? Oh, shoot. I should get a drink. Hang on.
Mm-hmm. Go get your drink.
Okay, I've gotten myself a hydration.
Hydration.
I'm drinking a hibiscus tea.
Whoa.
I've really been enjoying it. Anyway.
Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Just to be clear, you are talking about me. Are you?
Certainly I am. Oh!
Oh, look at his moves.
Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
What about the Russian man at the door? Where's the brain cell?
No, but it's nowhere to be seen. Oh my god.
So it's true.
What's true?
It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
Huh? What?
And you're plotting a revolution too.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked.
No, okay, listen. There's no way.
Ah! Hee!
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
Oh god, I think my butt's broken. This is ridiculous.
We're going to jail.
Oh my god, right?
How could you do it?
Yeah, how could he have done it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. Obviously.
Oh, forgive me.
Oh, you are so easy to sway.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head.
Ah, but was I not right?
He looks like he's about to drop the hottest mixtape of 1911. Yeah, at least Gato could tell the race of people. That's true.
Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Do you not?
Okay, well, yes, maybe.
Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that?
Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation.
Indeed. And observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Sholmes!
So, it's really you. The actual Sherlock Sholmes.
It's him, Sherlock Sholmes.
You are Detective Gumshoe?
The very same. The inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes.
Do you know this man, Susato-san? Is this your man's?
The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
Oh boy. What planet have I been living on then?
We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see. You're German? Hairlock, was it?
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Holmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yes, Rant's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Ah, yes. Here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then?
Indeed, I am.
The pomposity. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for.
Oh, Jesus, how'd you read my mind?
Yeah. Your interference is backward.
Inference.
Oh, sorry, inference.
Backward?
My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer? Do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
No, we don't get to meet Dr. Wilson yet. Dr. Wilson?
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment, I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Look at him, he just keeps posing like this.
He's great.
The poses in this game are so much. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its pure form.
A science.
Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data.
Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can he look me in the eye and claim that?
So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
My guy. All right. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh dear. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
My God.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime.
Wow, so stealthy.
Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Sherlock Holmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? Two facts, you say?
Ooh. Fancy.
Snap? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning?
Ah, yes, but first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think that Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
Please.
Oh boy.
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian.
Sherlock Holmes has never seen a Japanese man in his life. Kazuma was Russian? Was he?
Initially, I considered Garderobe might be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps? But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
Everyone's Russian.
Everybody's Russian.
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Oh, your
God,
memory
if we
does not
just
serve.
keep hammering it in, huh?
It does.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea.
We all need
God,
help.
you're absolutely right, Mac, but that's so funny. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
Oh, poor Kazuma. Look at him.
Oh.
This
was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes, thank you. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the courtroom. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
Right.
You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that...
Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
Certainly, if it interests you.
How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian! Can we talk about your deduction before the things you concluded about me, I mean?
Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament that you find yourself in?
Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part.
Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
Look, this is you. What? What?
This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night, the young Russian was murdered.
Since when was Kazuma a Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
Why aren't you correcting him?
We're just sitting here and letting him get away with this.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik.
No, no, no. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Please.
And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
Oh, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article.
Wow.
The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting.
Man, journalism sure was robust back then.
Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder.
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Excuse me. Oh, God.
Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. I mean, yeah, we're just a poor schoolboy from Japan. We don't know anything.
Here, take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you.
I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby.
The article about the revolutionaries entered.
And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back?
Cast your eye over it sometime if it interests you, if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. Oh, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim, the Russian victim. With the Japanese name.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. The Japanese text?
Yep. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. Uh-oh.
You mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes.
Ah, yes, Kazuma Ivanovich, the victim, of course.
I know a smattering of Japanese.
Ole no Nihongo wa Jozu desu. Wait, I went southern there. Ole no Nihongo wa Jozu desu. Wait, I went more southern. God damn it. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susata takedown is. No, he's not.
No,
That's safe for you, my guy.
She admires him too much.
Susata-san, aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand. Namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short.
God, I would kill to know what this is in Japanese too.
Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none.
It's okay. I can't read kanji either. So, what was all that showing off about before then?
Looks so goofy when he laughs.
Right?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
Susato, what is this? I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
This is what simping looks like.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound?
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Brother. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin.
Yes, the adjoining cabin. This is a really detailed diary. What, do you not write your diary like this?
So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator leads to?
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation.
Right, yeah, that's true. Kazuma and Ryunosuke were revolutionaries, but legal ones.
So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think perhaps that we could go with you?
No, that would be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
A simple glance at your wrists should reveal the answer.
Oh, Oh, these.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no?
There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Huh?
Huh? You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
Oh, good. We're all in agreement. We all heard it.
Okay, thanks. I feel like we're being gaslit a little bit.
Yeah.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange.
Mr. Sholmes, can you please stop gaslighting us?
I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really.
So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. It's okay, Ryunosuke. Gaslighting isn't real. It can't hurt you.
No! Well, anyway, that was then and this is now.
What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. You hate him so much. He's a lot.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
I'm handcuffed. Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can...
Yeah! After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part.
Susato, you just keep going back and forth, and it really is messing with me.
I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Ah, my butt.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring
Hey,
the
I
real
thought she was gonna
culprit
remove the
justice.
cuffs too.
I thought she was just gonna like chop them and like they would be
Yeah.
gone. I was like, oh my god. What is this? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria.
It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Looks down at sword. Alright then. What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet?
Oh my god.
Oh. Holy shit.
I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he?
And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue.
Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Is that a knife on the ground? Oh, that's my dinner from last night. Roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here?
I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no! Does that mean... Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly?
That is truly the worst.
Wow, that's actually tragic.
It's just too horrible.
She absolutely thinks he's a pet. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
I believe believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip.
There are so many people that allowed him to bring this sword on.
In the courtroom, onto the ship.
I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all.
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
No. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true. Just like Kazuma, he was not straight.
Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god, girl.
I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to?
Even though you stowed away on this ship?
Okay, I'm guilty of one crime.
Listen, he also helped you, okay? He also committed the crime.
Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Excuse me? What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see. Sorry? Criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea! There's no chance of me escaping! I'm handcuffed! Neat. You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay. Alright. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure.
Why are we going from Shanghai to Hong Kong?
Wait, I don't think we're coming from Shanghai. I think
That's
that
what
was
he said.
Wait, really?
That's what Herlock said.
No, he was talking about the Russian guy. The, like, revolutionary.
Oh, well, okay. You're right.
Yeah, we're coming from Japan.
Yeah, I was confused geographically where we are and where we're going.
Oh, I wanted to look at the court record a little. Wait, hold on. Can we just talk about how Kazuma's diary is just? I hear a faint whistling sound.
I know.
12 minutes later, he's just like,
yeah.
There's some sort of speckled band dangling from the ventilator grill, and then he fucking died.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, huh, that's weird. I better note that down. My god. Yeah, revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight, busts in from the cabin
Right?
next door. Allow me to offer some assistance.
Oh, Jesus Christ, where'd you come from? I'm in the vents!
Yeah, he busted in from the vent. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary.
It reads, Revolutionary VLAN Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
Yes, you told us that before.
It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
Wow.
So the photographer is toasty.
He's toast. He's dead.
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was all right, wasn't he?
No, okay, the solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes. Ooh. What's going on back here? Ah, this is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
I can't read any of this shit. There's just a pretty lady on the back. Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I, but look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article.
Ah, Jesus, he's back!
Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. Oh god, he pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
The lattice from the ventilator is clattering to the floor.
Yeah, he's just like, here, let me come in. No, stop, stop it.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night.
Ooh.
Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing.
During? Is that Anastasia?
She is, of course, the talented, young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
So the assassin and the dancer ran away together. You know what? It's possible. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is the property of the Novovik Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
And not for the prima ballerina? Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports, with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. It's all a rage nowadays.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
The article about the ballerina has been entered into the court record. Alright, cool. Cool, cool.
You drew the characters for this paper seal, didn't you, Naruhodo-san? They're such bold, vivid strokes you made.
You're looking at a man who came aboard inside a trunk. Those brush strokes needed to make a statement. If they'd found me in that wardrobe, those Russians would have hurled me to the freezing cold ocean.
I'm sure none of the crewmen would have done anything like that.
Well, I'm not so sure. They would have
They would have forced you to wash dishes in the galley until you were on death's door, or something like that.
Wash dishes until I was on death's door? That's a lot of dishes.
Ah, these must be remnants of the glue you used to stick the paper seal on the wardrobe.
Ah, that's right. It was pulverized rice.
Nice.
All right.
Pulverized rice?
Make with what you got. It's not like we got Elmer's.
Yeah.
Yes, I pulverized some of the rice from my evening meal, even though it broke my heart.
That is very, yes, Asian.
It's very Asian sentiment.
Broke your heart? What do you mean?
Well, remember, I'm a stowaway on this ship. All I had to eat were Kazuma's leftovers. Even a couple of grains of rice could have meant the difference between life and death. God, it reminds me of when I went to college, like when I went away to university, like it took me a couple of months until I was just like, I want rice so bad. I want real rice. The rice in the dining hall is not doing it for me.
Oh my, it must have been awful for you, Naruhodo-san. But I have some glue with me as it happens. You're welcome to use it this evening.
Oh, thank you very much. Wait a minute.
Ah!
I don't... wait, we don't need it now, though.
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open.
Oh, you thought I was gonna bring up the strike? No, that was a different deal. Also, yeah, Magpie, it's, them's the feels in it.
This bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. And it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there'd be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. You seen you were able to borrow your mom's spare rice cooker, it was amazing. Yeah, I had a, one of my roommates had a rice cooker. He was, I think he was Vietnamese. And so we always had rice in the house, and it was just delightful.
Nice.
No more dining
I did
hall
not leave
rice.
home without a rice cooker, TBH.
Oh my god, it was actually it's funny because when I was in the dorm rooms, the person or one of the guys in the room right across from mine had a rice cooker and like a little like griddle that he would just cook in his room.
Oh my gosh.
But if too many things were plugged in, it would trip the breaker.
Oh my god.
No wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
You know, when she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh, look over there.
The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he?
Oh, wait, do they... Ah, that's what I thought. Do they not realize?
Why don't we try talking to him?
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try. Naruhodo. Is that...
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
My powers of observation are never wrong! Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help but feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Where?
But from where?
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir.
Yes? What can I do for you? I recognize that face, but can't be.
Why? Why would it be? Why would it be?
It is. Oh.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. On your sleeve, your white sleeve.
Hello again. What are you doing here?
Spreading his TB everywhere.
I think that should be mine. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope?
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. How did they let you do this?
What?
Again?
Again?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Inspector.
What's happening, dog?
So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
Huh?
For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Wow, you did a great job.
Oh. They had an inspector be his bodyguard?
Yeah, I feel like... You know what? It's probably because of his undercover ability. His ability to go incognito.
Uh-huh.
It was Minister of Justice Jigoku. Oh my god, what? His name is Jigoku.
Jigoku!
He's literally the guy from hell.
Jigoku!
It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Oh boy, he sure got assassinated. Hi, Brandon. Who, for instance, does not know that strange case of the blonde lady with the curious episodes which reported under flaring headlines such as number 514 series 23, The Murder in the Avenue, Henry Martin, and The Blue Diamond? What an excitement there was about the intervention of Holmlock Shears, the famous English detective. What an effervescence surrounding the varying fortunes that marked the struggle between those two great artists.
Homelock Shears.
Yeah, hear that, Kiryu-chan? Effervescence. Okay.
Hello, Brandon.
Let's do lots of hydrating. Boop, 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 boop. It is, as we say, unlucky. Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. Oh, this is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. How have they not discovered you yet?
I see. He's impeccable. That's why.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning till night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asaki-san is dead as a result.
Oh.
I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word.
A lot of murders happen while this man is undercover. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Oh boy. Homelock Shears was apparently the first edited name in an edited translation of an Arsène Lupin novel used to cover up the fact that Maurice LeBlanc just straight up used Holmes in his work without Doyle's permission. That's so funny, actually. This trip was snake bitten. Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If moved to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
Oh dear.
But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial.
Boy, they're really hammering that tutorial home, huh?
Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
Yeah, Ryunosuke literally left one murder investigation only to be tried for a different crime. And now his best friend is dead.
He is the Maya in this game.
So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to invest. Actually, well, the thing is that Phoenix has also been accused at least twice of crime.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, you know, there was some, I think, time between them.
Yes, okay, that's true. They really hit you back to back, and we're not even, like, this is the first game in a set of 2 games. God, anyway. So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes, I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. Ah, present. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill."
A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
Yeah, good thing Kazuma tweeted right before he was assassinated. The ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right, so if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Yeah, it's like this is like the like 20th century version of a found film, like a found footage film, where it's just like first person cousin being like, "Whoa, what's that weird band? It sure is like wiggly."
Really? You are willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain.
Bruh.
After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san.
Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
We're on the second case. How are we still getting tutorial? Ooh.
He never leaves tutorial.
All right, let's see what we can find out.
First and foremost, we must get out of the cabin.
I think this might imply that we can like travel freely, which is so nice compared to the way that the original games work, where you have to like navigate like in a chain.
You have to go to certain places to unlock other places, and then just.
I don't think they fixed that even in like the latest like 3DS ones or whatever. 9th January, 7:48 a.m. SS Buria, first class cabin passageway. Whew! I'm finally out of the cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin.
Next case, we'll get DS3D evidence interaction tutorials. God, we've already had one, and it like didn't even actually teach us everything we needed to know. We literally just rolled a stake around for like 10 minutes, trying to figure out why we were dying.
Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. There's another crewman keeping watch. And he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down.
His shirt is too small.
We should give him a bigger shirt.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? The answer is an even longer tutorial. Yeah, you're right.
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time.
Just think boats are neat.
I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
I haven't been allowed to leave.
Woman. She is clueless.
Yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
How come you so clueless?
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. Naruhodo-san, just sad. Wait, hang on. Okay, I see. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck. Look.
The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship.
But they don't float.
And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
What? Well, I suppose so.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
You know what? Yeah. God. Kazuma died and took the only brain cell with him. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably not best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Wow, that seems very exploitable. Oh, this I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it.
I want to make the boat stop. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I just wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
God, look at the pity
Wow.
in her eyes.
Wow.
Brutal. What's this?
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although, they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Cheese? Ah, I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But, I suppose you're right. He was gonna try. He was gonna try.
He pulls his hand back like, aww.
Oh my god.
I ain't no fun here. Can't pull the alarm. Can't get the cheese.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
She treats us like we're 7 years old.
A 7-year-old criminal, though.
It's a huge book on top of the table there. And there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it? You act like you're saying it's true.
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting.
Yeah, he's right there.
And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san. even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh, excuse me, we, need to get inside this cabin here.
I like his little blushies.
The sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying, keep out.
That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective.
It doesn't look like he's going to let us pass.
That's a problem. Oh, when in doubt, we just talk to him. Or we look at the doors first.
That's the way to the second-class area of the ship. Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment.
Oh my god,
Things,
no.
Aren't exactly going well for me. What are you gonna do, swim back to Japan?
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman will surely shoot you dead.
I don't think he would even need a gun.
No, he would just grab your face and squish it.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Okay, let's talk to the man. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer!
Uh-oh.
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid. Oh! Wow. Brutal.
Oh,
We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Sasata-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me a name. I am senior crewman, Beef Stroganoff. Oh, Ace Attorneys. Whew, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. This is why I am always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I wanted to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganov is not animal. They really tried to avoid naming the other sailors to save this joke for this moment. Abso-fucking-lutely. Thank you?
if I may, I was wondering. Is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
Da. Sasata-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no.
Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asagi's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylet. He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylet is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
Oh, fighting words.
That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylet came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business.
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganov?
Duh, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I have words about colonialism and Western gentlemen for you, Biff.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is said about student boy.
Aw,
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Yet!
Suzette-san, did you understand that?
it was clear, eh? No!
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises? Or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no!
Oh, sorry! I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second class area, staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Ah, definitely. Let's do some crime. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Mosh, mosh.
Moshi moshi.
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Ah! What was that? Oh, it came from inside the cabin.
Oh dear.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Stand aside.
I'm about to break the door down.
Oh,
Wait,
Jesus,
I thought
where did you
were
come
in
from?
there. Mr. Sholmes.
Where does this guy keep coming from?
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
Oh, boo.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick?
It's so weird. I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
9th January. Esesburia, first class cabin number 2.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
Who are you?
A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman? Don't be absurd.
Oh my gosh.
As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
Ah, true. This old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed?
Get out, all of you, now!
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylet, I believe.
Yes, that's me. And you are?
I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No.
I am a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less.
You never think the article come around so directly, right?
Me tante, no me tante. So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case?
But don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk.
Don't look at me. Bro.
Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes! Oh, the case just shook!
Leave, now, otherwise I'll call the steward.
This is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimesby Roylet. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something.
I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
I like how it's just like, get out! Oh,
We're really just gonna hang out.
it's like, okay. Just gonna have a look around.
What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing?
This is my cabin. Get out!
Could we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps?
No!
What a pity. I think we're out of luck.
I think you're right.
There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do.
I agree, but there may be somebody else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylet. Yo, Herlock, you're up. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
You need only address me as Sholmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there?
Why, I was resting, of course.
Resting?
Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually, you're spot on, for once.
Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylet, is clearly trying to hide something. Paper. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why, the truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians.
Right.
Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh, yes, please.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me.
Herlock Sholmes is very a himbo.
Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone.
That's right. And Mr. Sholmes, I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, "It is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment."
But I mean, that's what you did when you accused Naruto of being a murderer!
Yep.
Shh! I must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylet, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not?
Huh.
And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. He deduces like a fortune teller cold reads.
100%, yes.
Beneath that beer Your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not?
Oh, Naruhodo-san. I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Shom's great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? What ineffable twaddle?
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes.
Could you just repeat your deduction in the last room? It's actually right this time.
And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roylet's face. Looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right.
How? How could you?
How could I possibly know such things? You wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions.
Bark, bark, bark.
One moment.
No problem.
I don't know what she's barking at. So, do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery? Let us board the train of reasoning.
Clover.
Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
Ooh, the great deduction. The game is
The game was afoot! I'll aboard the magic deduction bus. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylet. Obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Smooth! Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? Oh my god, this is so slick!
Isn't it?
The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. He's so slick! I can't stand it! If only his deductions were this slick.
Oh my god, yeah.
Where did that spotlight come from? The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylet? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article. Which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylet. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. His name is Villain.
Villain. Okay. Villain Bolshevik. Yep.
Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand.
Deduction.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, ooh, we're still going. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime.
I do like that we get a little, like, I suspect that this is gonna be like a little, like, cross-examining mini-game. I like that we get that in the investigation. It certainly has a different flavor than the,
Oh, yeah.
Psyche Locks.
Mm-hmm. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh, yes, Mr. Roylet. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse.
What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation.
You're upset that his deductions seem believable this time.
A young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coo...
John, how do you say this?
Help me. Tasukete. Wait, no, Mads is the one who knows French.
Mads, help us, Coup Doyle.
Coup Doyle. Your careless Coup Doyle betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes. The reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. Coup d'oil. Okay. For there is another most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova.
So anyway, that's completely wrong.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky.
Stop it!
Oh my god.
Stop it!
Herlock. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about. Was it?
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes's brilliant deductions, you know? But that did seem a little different somehow.
Mr. Sholmes, are you a cosplayer? Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment?
Abduction. Pray.
Abduction!
What can I do for you?
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all. Go on.
Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other.
Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance, even to that of a Japanese schoolboy, apparently.
Yup.
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylett does look more like this man than you do.
Why you doing that? Not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina.
Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
Abduction, get stuffed into a suitcase. I mean, to be fair, we did board this boat on a suitcase. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15.
No, I didn't know. How could I know that?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies.
Vinegar?
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case.
Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, this whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mask. Abduction gets stuffed into a suitcase.
Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly.
You know, I think he's pretty good at observing things. I think he's real bad at deducing things.
It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato.
It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Huh. Switch some key words in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind.
Oh, Jesus, when did you get here? This man is a lot of work.
At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me.
Oh my god. Okay. It's not that funny.
Ah, and you, my good fellow.
Sorry?
Take a moment to look at your wrists.
My wrists?
Ah!
What?
Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? Wait, how did...
I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction.
Oh my god, he literally took the handcuffs off so you could move with him. I don't believe it.
Does that mean Naruhodo's gonna
me dancing in the little thing too?
I hope so. Please, I beg of you. It's all I want.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. I mean, yeah, if he unhandcuffed him without him noticing, that is actually really impressive.
Right?
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good if you
You don't have to.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
Rhythm game, rhythm game. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Is it Is it Lupin cosplaying as Sherlock Holmes? Oh, course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Let's go.
So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylet. Obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Okay, I guess we're just gonna go through what he said.
So.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Ooh!
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylet either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylet.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better,
Then what?
then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylet really going to use those enormous shears for? Bro. Bro.
Bro.
What the? What's this?
It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks.
I mean, it was a little obvious when we walked in, but they really kind of just hit you over the head with it, huh? No. The color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylet's head? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair?
Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
Something's definitely not right here.
Yes!
Wow.
Oh, cool guy! You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport.
Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. All along, it was me, Herlock Sholmes. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. Lies.
You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair.
One still very much in her youth.
Oh no! If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you?
I love how they flinch every time they stab their fingers. Yeah, me too.
What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You really got into
Sorry?
it when you were doing the snapping and the dancing and the... you look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Schultz. I just imagine him twirling around while she watches.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business, not strictly...
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on the next part of Mr. Sholm's deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylett is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
That's true. We need Susato to start dancing.
Oh my gosh, please.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently.
Yeah, duh.
Alright, I'll do my best.
My god.
Yes!
I like how
Pow!
he's like talking and you just hand him something. You like take something out of his hand and you hand him a different thing. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina.
That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Nova Beach Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Ah!
Oh no, the shears! That's dangerous!
Oh!
No! It's dangerous!
Danger! Bro.
No!
You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Solved. Oh, that's right, there's still this part.
The editing is so good.
It's good. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. But clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted after all.
In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective mistakes again.
You seem to look pleased, Naruto-san. You like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes?
Stop it! Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to.
the waste paper basket?
Let's have a little look inside.
Naruhodo-san. It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know.
Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly. We have no choice. Looks in trash can. There's hardly anything in here at all.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
Hold on. Just like, oh wow, the traveling case. Oh. Oh.
What could it be?
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary,
The crime you have committed is theft. Oh no.
yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone. I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl? Prussia. It belongs to me.
This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely.
All right, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it now.
Come, come, let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have laid eyes on them. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf.
He has completely changed tack with his deduction now.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances. Don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. It must be somewhere in the same area, if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree, that's the only answer.
Once got into an argument with a theater kid. It was very dramatic. You like imagine the argument playing out with lights? Yeah. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. I mean, I have an idea what it is. It's definitely this. Come on.
Yes!
She has a fucking poisonous snake in her suitcase.
Uh,
And it killed our boyfriend. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents.
Aye. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord.
Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case?
It's Chekhov's gun. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. Ding.
Deduction complete.
Elementary.
My god.
So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimesby Roylet. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel.
Which couldn't have been easy. That Bruria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed?
In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair.
Yeah, you really should have thought that one through.
Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone.
So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out that scream we heard from outside the cabin?
That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally.
More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself so no one would recognize me.
As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see.
I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. Picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door.
He's still upset. He's still upset about it.
Things happen like that sometimes, don't they?
Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time.
Are those two even talking about the same thing?
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case?
You
were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Oh boy. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew,
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night.
yes, alright, I will tell you.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something? Mr. Sholmes's great deduction?
It was certainly something. Yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible.
Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists. Oh, no.
My...
No!
Your hands are cuffed again.
What? But how?
Your dance is done, buddy. True to my word, I have restored your shackles.
Ow. When? And why?
There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I had to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was.
Oh boy. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking?
Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Sholmes, you were here! You would have heard any of that!
My guy. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget? A challenging proposition, when you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I had stayed, it would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
Yes, and the crew of the ship, they've all been so kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin.
Aw,
Wow, that's nice.
if that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but...
Well,
Conundrum.
Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night.
Oh. Oh, that's it, of course.
So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. Yeah, she just swam.
It is not your business.
Huh, yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. She swam. Oh my god. Yeah, she used her Russian ballerina powers. His name is Beef Stroganoff. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry? What was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel.
What?
Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact.
Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage.
Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious...
Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it?
Maybe an adorable little rabbit?
Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you?
Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then?
You may well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken!
Really?
Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. You don't get both from one. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance.
So you'd eat your friends. I'm going to remember that.
Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed.
She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it.
Show her.
present.
This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up here on the wall.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together.
Oh.
Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps?
Can you imagine trying to solve this case if you had never read Sherlock Holmes?
Right.
No. I don't know anything.
I mean, they kind of gave it away at the beginning, though, right?
Oh, I guess that's true. You're right, actually. I totally forgot about that opening monologue where they just tell you the story and then the twist.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, Mr. Roylet.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Wow! What a... that was so fast! Yes, what? Wow, she's fast.
My god.
Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please.
Alright, I will come now. Yeah, I guess that's true. What? You must leave, now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylet.
Get out!
The passenger said out, or do you want me to throw you out?
Ugh. Looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later.
What a pity.
And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside.
To be continued.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bump. All right, cool. Well, that is a great place to leave off for this week.
Man, that was crazy.
That was up. We got some new mechanics. We got the introduction of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes, and also our boyfriend died.
Oh, God.
I thought he would make at least one more case, but no, he's gone.
No, I didn't think he would die at all.
Tragedy.
Oh. I won't be here next week.
You won't be here next week? Okay, well, we'll be back in 2 weeks then.
I'll be in Portland.
Oh, yeah. Is next week your last convention? Or are you going to a convention? Or are you just going to visit, like, family or something?
No, it'll be my last one.
Okay, last convention. Cool. The Naruto curse, your partner dies and you adopt a child. It's not that your partner dies, it's that your mentor dies. Yeah, like Kazuma was basically Mia, and then he just gets
he was Mia and Edgeworth in one.
Rolled up into one person, too smart and perfect to live.
No.
Just looks at this case, man, Kazuma, you would have solved this in an instant.
We're stuck with a bunch of yahoos.
Yep. All right, well, thanks for joining. We will return in 2 weeks, same time, 8 p.m. PST.